10-year-old Takari Tatum is on a mission. Did you hear that? A mission to help kids learn about mental health and cope with tough times. In America, nearly 8 million young people experience mental health disorders, and 1 in 5 say the pandemic had a significant negative impact on their lives. So Takari wrote a book. It's called Snap It, based on his own experience with loss and mental health struggles during this pandemic. He's also founder of the Rubber Band Mentality and is the youngest person to win the National Alliance on Mental Illness Young Leader Award in Georgia. Takari, we welcome you to CBS Mornings, your favorite morning show. So let's talk about what happened to you. You lost your grandfather and your aunt during the pandemic. Let's focus on your grandfather in particular because you described him as your best friend. How did his death affect you?
My grandfather's death affected me in very negative ways. At school, I just didn't feel it. I was not my usual energetic self. And even at home, I would just slouch in bed and cry. And I wasn't feeling energetic or full.
Yeah, and you got into a couple fights where people started teasing you about crying and being sad.
Yes.
And then you didn't like the way you were behaving. And so you thought what?
I thought I needed to get back into how I standed and how I was usual.
Right.
I had to get back into that mentality. So I created Snap It bracelets. Anytime you feel stressed or anxious, you snap it to remind yourself to stay cool, calm, and collective, and to breathe.
Cool, calm, and collected.
I like that right there.
I like that too. But what do you want kids to know?
I wanted kids to know that they're not alone.
Alone in what?
In their darkest times, and when maybe even a family member dies, their parents are divorcing, that's always going on every second of every day.
So what advice do you give to kids who might not feel like they have a safe space to talk, whether it's at home or at school? Sometimes kids hold things in, sometimes adults hold things in. We do it as well. What advice do you give them?
Some advice that I give them is that just keep going and keep moving on with your life, and make sure that you know that it's always going to get better and that it's not always going to be like that.
It is always going to get better, yeah.
You're only 10 years old. You're an advocate. You're an author. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, good question.
When I grow up, I want to be a meteorologist, and as you might know, my book was the foreword of the book was also written by the head meteorologist of 11 Alive, Chesley McNeil, and he wrote the forward, and I actually went over to his headquarters at 11 Alive, and I saw how he works and how he does all of his meteorologist things.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So I see.
Go ahead.
Well, I see you've got the one rubber band on this wrist that you snap for yourself, and you've got 3 on the other. What's the significance of the other ones?
The significance of the other ones were for you.
What? Oh, Tony, you knew what you were doing right there.
I was going in that direction.
Okay.
But I like what you said when you said it made me sad, talking about your grandfather. I would go to school brokenhearted and come home heartbroken. What are you saying there, Takari, with those words?
I was saying that even seeing other people even brought me down more, because I knew that a lot of people were going through the same thing that I was going through in the same time. And even during COVID, we had to do virtual learning, and that took a toll on a lot of other people because they were just slouching on their camera, crying even, or sometimes not even having their camera on.
So how does snapping it help?
It's scientifically proven that feeling the sting of the rubber band against your skin, it may seem counteractive, but it actually helps with your mental illness and helps you take a breath and look back on what's going on in your life.
Kind of snap back into reality.
Yeah, take a breath and focus.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that you brought 3 friends. See, in addition to being an author, he's also very considerate and thoughtful and giving. We like that. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. Good job.
Yeah, thank you very much.
His book.
Can I have mine, please?
Yeah, get mine too, Tony.
His book, Snap It, is on sale now wherever you like to buy your books, and we'll be right back. Do you have any yellows?
Gail loves yellow.